Hey all my friends and movie maniacs, well, Toho decides to up the ante with the 5th film in the Godzilla franchise. You've got a beast with 3 heads wreaking havoc across the country, so you're going to need 3 monsters to help take him down. So we've got a total of 4 beasts in Ghidora, the 3-headed monster. Another film directed by Ishiro Honda and written once again by Shinichi Sekazawa, and we have a story of a princess who's fleeing her land because of a possible threat of assassination because she's the rightful heir to her country, but her political opponents don't want her to get there. So she's flying over to get protection in Japan from Chief Detective Okaita, who's put in charge of her protection. Well, on her trip over, there's a meteor shower and her plane blows up and everyone assumes she's dead. Meanwhile, one of these meteors has strange properties, and so we see a professor and his team go out, try to study what's going on with this specific meteor. Okaita, the detective, still thinks that she might be out there somewhere, the princess, and sure enough, she shows up, but she claims she's from Venus, and there is certain doom coming to them. Well, she isn't wrong there, because soon that strange meteor hatches out Ghidora, the 3-headed monster, who starts wreaking havoc across the land. Meanwhile, Godzilla shows up, and Rodan is there, and Godzilla and Rodan are fighting, but Mothra then shows up because we need help with taking out Ghidora, and Godzilla and Rodan are just being stubborn and not even paying attention to the 3-headed guy. Well, Mothra shows up, and she's like, get your acts together, we gotta go take out this guy who's a bigger threat than any one of us. So, after Mothra tries to go and fight Ghidora on her own, which is tough because she's still in larva form, Godzilla and Rodan join in the fight, and we get this epic struggle with this iconic villain that shows up multiple times throughout the Godzilla franchise. This film was a lot of fun. It was great first seeing all of these monsters in action. It surprised me, though, that Mothra was still in larva form. This is a larva, one of them from the Mothra vs. Godzilla film. So it is one of them that has survived. And so it was interesting to see them came, but it still poses to be a formidable foe in the form of its webbing that it shoots out from its mouth. Now, Rodan is looking pretty slick as well, and it was fun seeing Godzilla and Rodan take each other on, with their brute force. And yeah, it was great to see Rodan. I like the design of Rodan. Now, he had his own solo movie, and here once again Toho is bringing in their other monsters to join in to the popularity of Godzilla. Now, as far as King Ghidorah goes, the 3-headed monster, love the design, always loved this design, and this beast turns out to be probably Godzilla's biggest pain in the tail, and it's great, and you can see why. Just the design and the way they portray this creature, you feel just a big, huge baddie. So you can understand why they used him to help get the Godzilla face turn that they needed that would go forward in the Showa era films. Now, as far as the human storyline goes, I think everybody in here does great. We got Hiroshi Koizumi, who plays the professor who's investigating the meteor. Always great to see him. We get the Ito sisters back. Obviously, we got Mothra, so they're back as the twin fairies. Great to see them. Takashi Shimura plays a doctor in here, and this is unfortunately the last time we are going to actually see Takashi in a Godzilla film, but it's still always great to see him on screen. And then Kahiko Harada, and I apologize for if I mispronounce any of these names, he plays Detective Okaita, and I loved his performance as well. Really great performance there. Now, for the American version cut that they did, they substituted Mars for Venus. So instead of being from Venus, they decided to have her be a prophet from Mars, which I quite don't understand that, because either one, it's an alien planet. I mean, but for whatever reason, American reason, everybody's more connected to Mars, I guess. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is interesting as well in this film because we don't actually see Godzilla use his atomic breath against King Ghidorah. You would have thought he would. The 3-headed monster. This guy's huge. You gotta use your fire. No, but throws a lot of rocks and gets a lot of help with his friends. Folks, this is a fun film. I think there might be just a little bit of a pacing issue in the middle, though, the way I felt with the way the story goes, but it still was exciting storylines of both the monsters and the humans and how they interwove those again. Doing a great job, but again, you can also feel this leaning a little bit more towards the younger crowd, which we're going to see further ahead in the other coming Godzilla films. So there you have it, folks. Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, another solid entry. Great seeing all of these monsters on the screen together fighting, and man, if that was the appetizer, down the road we get a smorgasbord of monsters, but you'll stay tuned to find out which movie I'm talking about there. So there you have it, folks. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please check out our Patreon as well. We got a lot of great stuff there. I thank you for your support, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.